All right, we're back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave as usual. I am your host, Mark Pierce. Today is June 20th, and it's a fun day today because we have a special guest and we are in front of a live audience. Who's our special guest? Come on over here, Sarah. Oh, hello, Sarah. Welcome to Song of the Day, your first venture into the Rock Cave on film. What do you think?
It's kind of funny.
All right.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what we're going to talk about.
I think you're lying. I think that in
Don't.
your mind that you have picked at least 3 topics in the top 5 that I would be bringing you on here for. So I bet that you've narrowed it down to at least 3. So if you had to guess, I know that you probably have 3 in your mind.
Didn't you already do live?
I did.
Okay, so I already eliminated that because of
Right.
that. Have you done Pearl Jam yet?
I have.
Okay, then no. No, I'm kind of out. And you already
Eddie?
did Pink Floyd and
That's
Roger
true.
Waters.
Right. So, but it didn't have to be that. So I figured you thought it could be Roger Waters because I haven't done Roger Waters yet. I've done Pink Floyd.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And yes, I've done Pearl Jam, but if it was Eddie Vedder's birthday, I would have brought you down here.
Okay.
But what you're still missing whose birthday could it be today that I would be bringing you down here? I'm going to give you one more shot at it.
Trent Reznor.
No, we already did 9 Inch Nails. All right. Today is June 20th, and it is Lionel Richie's 71st
yeah.
birthday. How can I do this show without you?
Okay.
Because as I figure it, we have 4 stories about Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
And we can tell them in chronological order. So,
Okay.
So think about that for a minute.
Okay.
But we'll do that afterwards. So let's talk about Lionel Richie first, all right?
Okay.
Lionel Richie, 71, born in Tuskegee, Alabama. The Tuskegee Airmen, they were famous for.
Isn't it Tuskegee?
Yes, Tuskegee. I said that wrong. Correct. Thank you. That's why I brought you on. The Tuskegee Airmen, famous for that syphilis fiasco, right? Yes. He grew up on the actual campus where those airmen are from, and he went to school there. He was going to be a minister, and he decided that he wasn't cut out for that, and he wanted to be a singer instead. So in 1968, he joined the Commodores, and they signed to Atlantic for 1 album. And then they went to Motown, signed to Motown because they were going to be the opening act for the Jackson 5.
Oh.
But they turned out a ton of hits in the interim after that. They got Machine Gun, Brick House, Easy, 3 Times a Lady, Still, Sail On, right? He also wrote Lady for Kenny Rogers. Did you know that?
Nope. Did not know that.
All right. Then he went solo in 82, and his first album had Truly, My Love, and You Are.
Good ones.
I mean, he was a true balladeer at this point, right? That went to number 3 and sold 4 million copies. Then his next album in 83 came out, and that's the big one, right? Dancing on the Ceiling. That one sold 20 million copies. That one has All Night Long, Penny Lover, Stuck on You, Running with the Night, and Hello.
All good ones.
Right.
Yeah.
He beat Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA and Prince's Purple Rain for Record of the Year for the Grammy that year. He won 4 Grammys in total. And then after that, he co-wrote with Michael Jackson, We Are the World.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then he put out another album after that with Say You, Say Me, Dancing on the Ceiling, right? Ballerina Girl, Selah, Love Will Conquer All. I don't remember that one. Do you know that one? And Love Will Conquer All? That was a hit.
Yeah, that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, but I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
So, and then pretty much after that, he stopped. He put out some albums, but he didn't really do much. He kind of just went off into the sunset and did his thing, right? So, what do we have? We have 4 stories about Lionel Richie. What is the first in chronological order about Lionel Richie for you?
That he was my first concert.
Correct. Second
which I
story.
have taken much abuse for in this house for many years until I feel vindicated.
Correct.
Now.
Yes, I know why.
Yeah.
So the second story is we are not yet married. We're not yet engaged. We're in California, and we're going from north to south down the coast, and we're in Yosemite, And I go into a record store and I see that John Lee Hooker is playing in Tahoe a few days later, and we're supposed to be leaving. So I need to see John Lee Hooker because I figure he's going to die at some point, and this is my only shot. And so I convince you to come back and loop around and go to see John Lee Hooker. And so I'm super excited. I get to see the legend himself, the bluesman himself. And we go there. It's an outdoor concert, and I work my way up to the front of the stage, and you stay behind because you're like,
this is the worst concert ever.
That's right. That's right. You did say that, right. So I worked my way up to the front of the stage, and it was a great show. I'm going to try to get some pictures in here if I can. And I come back, and that's when you say that was the worst concert you've ever seen. And then what did you say?
Lionel Richie is way better.
Correct, you did. And what did I say to you? Don't you ever say that again. And
I stand by it.
That is when I learned in marriage that Sara is always right. She is right. It was, I'm sure, that Lionel Richie was better. So, we have 2 more stories. Another one is that, let's see, I think this will be right in chronological order. Another one is when you're traveling in California and your friend Tom comes out to see you, and I'm asleep in the middle of the night, and you two have been out for drinks, and it's like, and it's like 4 a.m, and my phone rings, and 2 people, I can hear them laughing hysterically on the other end, and you all know what it's like if you're the sober person and you're trying to talk to the people not as sober at all, talking in the middle of the night, and all I hear is, hello? And of course I say, hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Like, rolling hysterics, right?
It's still funny.
Right, still funny, right.
Because we had just sat next to, Tom and I went to a restaurant called Crustacean, and it was like little Beverly Hills tiny place, and we were sitting right next to Lionel Richie. Like, may as well have been eating off the same table that close.
Correct, right.
So that's why.
And then the 4th story is you saw him again, right?
Just a couple years ago, I was on a business trip in, where was I? Not Atlanta. Where was I? Nashville. Yep. Nashville. Yep. And I had a business dinner at a steak restaurant, and as we were walking out, the path clears, and in comes Lionel Richie, and I'm standing right there, and I said, hi, and he goes, hi, it's nice to see you. I said, it's nice to see you too.
See, he remembered you from Crustacean, right? Exactly, and your first concert.
Obviously,
he remembers you. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised it wasn't like Courtney Coxon pulling you up on the stage.
I can't believe that didn't happen.
Right, that should have happened.
I know, it should have. Yeah.
So those are our 4 stories about Lionel Richie.
And so, what's the song?
Well, we haven't gotten to that yet, right?
I know.
So the only other thing about Lionel Richie is you have to watch the Jimmy Fallon "Hello" skit, right?
Do I remember that one?
Remember where he's reenacting the Hello video?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to post that underneath. You have to watch that. Okay. So this is the part you didn't know because you didn't know who this was. But out of all those songs, you can pick the song of the day today.
It's gosh, no, too much pressure. You pick.
Come on, Lionel Richie. You got to pick a Lionel Richie song.
All right, well then we're just going to, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to figure it out off. And it's going to be a surprise post underneath there because I got to find a good one that's for me. And I don't know because this is too much pressure.
So you got some time to figure out what the Lionel Richie song of the day is, and you'll post it underneath.
There you go.
All right. We got Lila and Maeve still sitting here in studio audience. That's your song of the day. We don't know what it is. We'll find out. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Song of the day. We'll see. And as usual, you're going to say it with me?
Sure.
We'll see you on the flip side.